It's Canadian Homebrew Day, the first annual Canadian Homebrew Day. To celebrate, we're at Alberta Craft Beer Festivals, or AB Beer Fest, here in Edmonton at the Expo Center. It's hot out here. It's kind of smoky. We need a beer. Let's get inside.
They almost hit the rabbit in the road, but an owl came down and scared the rabbit out of the road. So even though the rabbit was running from the owl, it saved it from the car. And as the kids got home, they're telling their dad this story, and he had his first sip of his new IPA, and he figured that's it, the recipe's done.
Nice.
And they said, Hoppy, Hoppy, like the rabbit. The rabbit was hopping. So now it's a scared rabbit. Hops Pale Ale. That's our IPA.
The Scared Rabbit Hoppy Pale Ale. You heard a little bit of the story there. Just let me get a sip in here. Woo. 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 That's got a bit of kick to it. So Hopped Rabbit Hoppy Pale Ale, which I've now sampled completely. The owner was home brewing when he came up with the idea for this, when he was working on the recipe. So we're talking to Bow River Brewing. I'm just going to throw it out there. You guys a Calgary brewery?
You bet we're a Calgary brewery. Bow River, you're very perceptive. This is also a big clue, the YYC Pale Ale. If that doesn't say Calgary, I don't know what does.
I hadn't caught on to that at all.
Fort Calgary, but that beer's been renamed recently.
So, as a longtime fly fisher, I'm most familiar with the Bow River, and certainly familiar with Calgary. But what I love to hear is when you talk about the owner being a home brewer and coming up with recipes as homebrew.
Well, setting up the brewery, we have a big system. We have a 30 hectoliter brew house. We have 60 hectoliter fermenters. So we put that together. We're running all our beers on that. But what we were doing now is we brought the pilot system in from the boss's house. And that's where we're having a lot of fun creating the new beers and having different stuff. We're making one barrel at a time. It's fun to run the big machines and make a lot of beer. But it's really nice to do basically home brewing again and get these small batches going, you know?
I'm really excited to know that homebrew is still a big part of that brew system.
We hosted the East Wranglers last month at Calgary, the homebrew club, and it was amazing to see how many people in that homebrew club are professional brewers as well. It was not just home brewers. These are people who work in the industry and brew at home, people who are passionate about it.
This is a prime example of how homebrew really fits into the pro brew world, and a prime example of how homebrewing plays in the big game. Check out Bow River. This is, frankly, that IPA is solid. It's on the list of probably the top 5 from the show. Check it out.